We can see many people who were, to use the jargon, green at 16. That many of the people who were clearly making meaning using this progressive postmodern system of values and identity are manifesting all of the important accomplishments of that, the caring values, the sensitivity, all of the things which I'm going to talk about in a second that are superpowers of this progressive postmodern stage, in the same way that modernity, or these orange meme or fourth order consciousness, these also have superpowers which definitely make people more developed. We all know people who are young, who make meaning effectively and can be clearly tested as identifying with this progressive postmodern stage, as I'm calling it, but they have no personal experience of traditional consciousness or modernist consciousness. They haven't passed through these earlier stages in their development, but they are using the higher stages nonetheless, because, as I maintain, once these worldviews appear along the historical timeline and they're visible within a culture, they become available for people to use. Not necessarily embrace fully. People can have a rather tentative grasp on what these stages mean. If you test them, they're going to demonstrate the superpower. You can be making meaning without having gone through these earlier stages. Now, this is not true of culture. Culture the stages of history can't be skipped, because indeed they do rely on each other in their progression. In other words, as I've said in other places, the traditional, the great religious civilizations, the pre-modern scripture-based civilizations of history, that these create very important superpowers. They have accomplishments without which the emergence of modernity is impossible. They create law and order. They create civilized people who are willing to play fair. Not everybody, of course, but the vast majority. And that civilizing influence is prerequisite to the emergence of modernity. In the development of a society, or in the development of human history, like all forms of evolution, something more keeps coming from something less by taking up and using the accomplishments of the previous level. The success of the previous level creates a platform for its own transcendence,